Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 3 on a Witcher Wednesday. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 34. I say Witcher Wednesday. These may very well start showing up on other days of the week because there's a lot of ground to cover with this game.
What brings you here?
Saw your notice. Can anyone tell me about the monster?
I can. The patrol has been lost. Somewhere along the south shore of Lake Windammer. We must know why.
What makes this Witcher's work?
Some brickmakers live south of here. They call their village Byways. Almost empty now. Many have run away. They speak of a monster which kills. Redanians do not patrol there. That would be foolish. And robbers do not attack Imperials. That would be even more foolish. This leaves one option. A monster.
Been to Byways. A vampire was terrorizing the village.
This is why they did not return.
Ekimari are tough, even for a group of soldiers.
We will bury them with honors, as heroes. Your reward, well deserved.
So we were on our way somewhere else, but I figured we might as well stop in and get what we need from this guy in terms of a reward, because crowns are always nice, but the experience is always nicer. And this is what was happening. We were on our way to do some other stuff, mainly going after like cat school gear and things like that, and I had forgot that this priest of the Eternal Fire had asked us to go in here and open the gate to this mine, this Devil's Pit, which is a really cool location, by the way. But it's been overrun.
Priest's escort. Cuts and punctures. Swords at work. Deserters.
Definitely. Of the bandit type. So if you're wanting to work on your sword play, your parrying skills, and other things like that, this is a good place to do it. These guys are all punks.
Come to Pappy!
They take a little while to catch up to their friends getting torched up here on these docks. It's kind of funny.
Perish!
It's like, my friends, I heard them dying.
Pathetic.
Been spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to rebuild my Witcher, though, because as I was looking at my notes, I realized that all my Witcher build notes were before the next gen update or the 4.0 update, but I think everybody now knows it as the next gen update. And things changed dramatically, and I did not realize it. There's an online character build planner that you can use that was really effective back in the day for making builds, but it's no longer relevant because they haven't updated it. And with the next gen update, you only need 3 points in a skill. I keep trying to parry this guy and it's not working. I don't know why. It's absolutely owning me. So with 3 points to max out each skill, and of course the skills changed in certain ways, because things that would let you go to like 100% go to 80% now because they don't have those final 2 skill points, all that jazz. So it requires reworking your build a little bit if you were used to one particular thing. This guy thought he was going to surprise me. The only surprise for him is that he's now missing an arm. And there's just a ton of mundane loot here. It's absolutely littered. You want to walk in here with some room to carry some stuff out. And since these guys are all level 9 and they're fairly well spaced out, this is a good place to come fairly early in the game. if you want some experience. Of course, there is this little bit then. You got to deal with the dungeon, which is a very cool dungeon. I had forgotten to a certain extent how good CD Projekt Red had done at building all of these dungeons. And of course, Witcher 3 is such a gigantic game that I know I missed a lot of stuff on my first playthrough. For instance, I didn't remember this dungeon at all. Had no recollection of it. And with the DLCs and everything, the game is just so damn big. I love this though, the purple. I love being able to see purple light in the distance like that, and did not realize it, but these are all various runes in here, which is really cool. Ronald's note says, I hope this message finds you well. Beware the beings that lurk the mine. Took them for plague spirits of some type at first, but they behave all too human, just stupefied in some strange way. A novel ghoul species, wraiths, a manifestation of concentrated suffering. Whatever the case, they haven't tried to hurt me much. Still, I advise caution. Watch for the ones that are pierced by nails. They seem especially dangerous. I was forced to kill one when it attacked. P.S. I put Master Alger's hypothesis to the test on some of them. He was right. Scattered salt has no effect. Only a complete enclosure seems to hold them in place. So we have something going on here. Greater Glyph of Yurden. There are inhabitants here. I can hear lots of whispering and strange noises. This is not very good. Dear O, if you're reading this, it means you found the message I stowed near Novigrad as agreed. Probably wondering to yourself who was right. You'll be happy to know you were. I'll only acknowledge it this once, so go on, savor the moment. But I digress. Although the contract seemed easy enough, I should have waited for your arrival. How many times now have we made that mistake? I think I've contracted something, fallen ill somehow, and yes, I know that's impossible, but I have no other way to explain my fever and lapses in memory. Here's hoping I have a uniquely weak constitution for a witcher, because if not, I find the alternative explanation far more concerning. He's experimented with potions similar to Petrie's filter, though I lack celandine.
A note. Potion recipe. Brewed with celandine. Should look for the places mentioned.
Please, help me!
Sounds sincere enough. Can't be too sure, though. Could be a trap.
Insert Admiral Akbar here. So his little potion here, of course we're going to want Cat, want to be able to see, but he's got a little potion that we're going to have to use as well. I love Cat though. It's awesome. What is going on, Mr. Witcher?
Medallion's humming. Better investigate. Wolf School insignia. Old. Very old.
Little do you realize, but if you are taking the left here, and there's those explosive barrels right there that you see, you are thwarting some sort of spirit or ghostie's worst intentions.
Kira's lamp ought to prove really handy here.
Not that way. Won't find me there.
He wants you to go the other way pretty bad and get toasted by his little exploding barrels there. The lamp is neat, but one of the issues I have is that the ghosts just don't show up very well with it. Now, part of that could be because of Cat, but like, I think I spent a good 5 minutes here just trying to see this guy who was coughing, because audio-wise it's fantastic. The directionality is great, but he's really hard to pin down. You can't actually see his ghost.
Dark energy emanating from these bones. Spectre's doing.
But as a storytelling device, it's pretty cool.
You're wasting time.
Long dry. Hemorrhaging fever of some sort.
That doesn't sound pleasant, does it?
That's it. Down there.
Oh, really? You want me to go down that way? What if I don't? What if I take the other way around? Reminds me of trying to set... If you were a kid in the 70s and 80s, you might have tried to set ambushes for your siblings. And it was always painful to...
Corridor to the right. Yes, that's where you'll find
It was
me.
always painful to watch them not walk into your trap, which is why I never cared about doing that kind of stuff. I was obviously a very bad trap setter. What do we have here?
One of the beings Reynold mentioned. Another hint. Someone guiding me.
That was interesting. Little flames and it disappeared.
Stop, not that way.
Not that way, see? You set the trap for your little sister and she just won't walk into it. Nothing affects him though. He's just gonna sit there and beat his head against the wall. I see purple in the distance. I was saying in the earlier videos, don't give me things to light up or I will sit there and light them all. That sound always makes me wonder, is it intentional on the point of the game? Or is it the physics engine went bonkers? Because there are games where that happens. Had to sit for a spell. The priest still won't open the gate and my strength is fading. My body feels like it's on fire. I have no memory of the past. I'm trapped in this darkness, haunted by foolish thoughts, with no way to distract myself. Remember when we learned to hunt ghouls? Folks in that village believed necrophages to be the dead arisen, animated by foul magics. Wanted to ask you what happened if I fail here.
Interesting.
And so there you can actually see a ghost. But it's really hard to see. Actually, it's a couple of ghosts, isn't it? I think there were two of them. One was on its knees. What's in here, Geralt? Besides a lot of rats.
Bones, dried blood, and mucus. Victims of the Scarlet Fog. Gotta be. Walls are scarred. Human fingernails. The sick wanted out, badly.
They built a wall to keep him in. That's kind of mean.
Witchers came here. School of the Wolf.
It's funny that they leave their Witcher signs everywhere, because my dad did the same thing when he worked for Ma Bell back when the government owned the telephone companies and it was all highly regulated before Reagan deregulated everything. My dad would leave a little Ohm bunny. He would use the Ohm symbol to make a little bunny rabbit with ears, and he'd leave that in places where he worked. I learned to draw that and would leave it in places too.
Got a bad feeling about this. Who are you?
That's how I kind of imagine Ebola working. Just completely nasty.
More blood.
More blood doesn't sound like a good thing. And here's our cell where our guy was, but he's gone now. Those red corpses on the ground are certifiably creepy. Now this looks interesting. We have the larger chamber.
I beg you.
When some sort of spirit is asking to be freed.
Oh, boo
good
yourself,
response.
Ghost.
Anytime something like that is asking to be freed, you immediately got to think, no, I don't think so. Nasty. Coughing? Ugh. Just hearing coughing makes me want to cough. Because I've had such a hard time with bronchitis throughout my entire adult life. It's not something I remember having a problem with as a kid. But after I reached about 25 or so, it got real bad. So anytime that I would get sick and have my sinuses drain into my nose, into my lungs, then I would end up with a 7 or 8 week cough and bronchitis. It's kind of amazing because the last time I got sick,
Was Reynold
oh, he
a
most
witcher?
definitely was. The last time I got sick, sometime last year, sometime in the last 8 to 10 months or whatever it was the first time I can remember not ending up with a 7-week cough afterwards. Had a lot of stuff drained into my lungs and actually ended up okay. Felt like that was a little bit of a miracle. Because I can't remember the last time that happened. What was going on in here? Got a ghost of someone on the floor there. Sleeping, suffering in pain. From the moment I first learned of our martyrs, I dreamed I would one day become one. I thought nothing is more beautiful. I know now I was wrong, woefully, naively wrong, for in this moment I would gladly forfeit my life of sanctity for a single cup of water, so I might help that poor boy curled up against the wall, suffering a misery none should ever endure. I can die here knowing that I departed of my own free will. Father Edgar, tortured leaders of the rebellion had decided to close the mine. I asked in turn, who then would care for the weak? They will die regardless, the smug sod. I resolved to stay, to help ease the suffering of their final days however I could. Father Edgar liked them, they're here all the same, and me with them. I now find myself under my own care. Oh, that's a shame. Should anyone ever read my account? Ugh. That's terrible. People were sick, they locked him in the mine. That's not good. Only this is the Witcher's world, so it's not just, your average garden variety virus. It's something a little more sinister. Get over there, Geralt. Come on. Make that jump. You're a Witcher. It's the one thing in the game that I find the most awkward is the jumping animation. It just looks weird. I'm sure they motion captured that, but who did they get to do it? It just seems like a really weird jumping motion. Gotta love darkness and red and purple. It all works for me. It's a color theme that always works. 4th letter from Minold. Osmond, something inside me. No signs of leaving. Can hardly write. Won't let me going to die here. All alone. That doesn't sound good. At least he was cogent enough to write that little bit.
You deaf? Turn back!
If you're feeling conflicted by the information you're being given here, there's a reason for that. At one moment, it seems like they want to drop you into an ambush, and at the next moment, they're telling you to turn around. What's going on exactly?
Something's not right. Medallion seething. That stench. Damn it. What are you, filth?
Plague victims.
Leave him! You're wasting time! You're here to find me! Me!
I'd like to leave them, but we're not getting out of here without defeating these guys first. I should really be using Quen here. But it's taken me a little bit to remember everything about this game, just because there's such a long layoff. I hadn't played it in so long. And there I am using the wrong sign because of the way hotkeys are currently set up. It's always good to get your hotkey set up exactly the way you want. There we go. At least we had an adrenaline point. These guys don't seem to like fire. That's good. But yeah, gotta get better at combat. I've been telling my kid, he's like, healing seems like it's difficult. Like, well, you gotta get good. I have to get good too. If you're dodging and rolling and parrying and making good use of your deductions and the Quen shield, then healing should never be an issue. And Undying's a nice get out of jail.
Someone was tortured here.
A nice get out of jail free card, which is why I like to have it slotted, because it does just what it did there. The matter is settled as promised. Riots will no longer be a concern, but next time do reconsider before lecturing me on the church's ethics. If we had not exacted punishment upon the uprising's leaders, the ungrateful wretches would have already had us hanged, and after murdering us, they would have undoubtedly carried the rot to every surrounding village, blanketing Valen in the scarlet fog. Remember, in the face of great sin, committing a lesser one may prove the choice of moral. Before we leave, draft up a tidy missive.
Folk were tortured to death in this chair, then brought back to life somehow. Must have been them I fought.
The church doing churchy things. Yeah, one thing I didn't make good use of the first time I played this game was meditation, because I didn't really understand a lot of the mechanics of the game. The Witcher 3 is just a different game from all the other kinds of role-playing games that I tend to play. It's a really interesting combination of complexity and simplicity. And of course, spending your time moving potions around is pointless, because when you quicksort them, they're just going to end up in the order that the game wants to put them in. I wish you could put them in a certain kind of order and leave them that way. I wish there was just a custom way you could line them up and they would always stay that way. But maybe that's something they can do with Witcher 4, because I'm sure potions will be a big part of it. It's a fun little ramp over here. Oh, it's not yellow paint, it's white paint. was thinking you'd blast your way through that. But you're really just supposed to jump up this ramp. And the unintuitive part is that you need to hit the jump button to jump it and the jump button to grab onto it. What do we have here? The Whoresons, they locked me in. First, they asked for aid, and then without hesitation penned me in like a rabid mutt at the first sign of trouble. They wouldn't even hear my report. Thought me a specter trying to deceive them. How can I help the common good if I can't get the herbs I need? Speaking of, the suet mushrooms won't do the trick. I already checked. Turns out the worst case scenario was true. I'm not sick after all. I'm possessed. The specter is fully fused into my body. Not even Quinn has an effect. If I only had the right ingredients, I could brew my filter. Guess she'll be reading these letters after all. I'll be waiting deep in the caverns. Make the potion, but do not come near me until you drink it. And don't substitute any ingredients.
Dwarven spirit, Celandine. Contents of chest. Must mean this chest. Got some Celandine on me. Good thing. Other ingredients seem in decent condition. Reynolds' own recipe looks like. Worth a try. All the signs scream Plague Maiden, but the symptoms, more likely a red miasmal. Yeah. Need to prepare.
And with all the red around, I would say so.
Did come here to help me. Leave. Go.
A red miasmal. So what do we have for red miasmal? It's often said that the darkest recesses of caves play home to the continent's most fearsome monsters against which there is little hope of victory or escape. The lone solution then is to seal them off from the world with the hope that they shall forever remain buried. A certain priest of the eternal fire, however, learned that hope and prayer is sometimes not enough. The cavernous mine within the Devil's Pit holds a specter, whose very existence is believed to breed pestilence. With the threat of its release now imminent, the cleric seeks a new solution, the aid of a witcher. The being that haunted Devil's Pit turned out to be a red miasmal, whereas a plague maiden is thought to be a damned spirit, once human but now cursed to spread the pestilence. A miasmal, by contrast, is considered an evil force born from the concentrated collective suffering of plague victims, and has the ability to possess human bodies, thus granting it corporeal form and a means to wreak havoc. This process, however, irreparably corrupts and damages the host, causing the miasmal to continuously seek out stronger, more durable bodies. What a cruel irony, then, that a witcher's immunity makes the monster slayer a perfect shell for the specter to invade and control. Bummer for the witcher that came here. Well then, Geralt, we know what we gotta do. We gotta drink that potion and go on down here and challenge this specter. I challenge you to a duel. It's a great dungeon though. It's a really long dungeon. I love dungeons like this in any game. Skyrim had a couple of my favorite dungeons of all time. One is the coastal pirate dungeon up to the north past Solitude. I love that dungeon. It's just so big and spacious and grand. I remember there being a mod for Skyrim that somebody put a lot of work into to give you a lot of hours of extra playtime. Took you to a whole new island, had some amateur voice actors in it, and I think they really wanted to make some huge, grand designed dungeons and ended up with areas that were just really ridiculously big. Like they had kind of lost the plot. There's a There's a difference between making something so big that it becomes a bunch of empty space, or making something just big enough to make it seem grander than it is. There's no question that mod developers have added and contributed to various video games in some really positive ways over the years, especially the Bethesda's video games. And that's where I've used the vast majority of mods in my time gaming. But there's also no question that the most consistent issue I see with modders is overstepping. And that's the part that drives me the most nuts about mods in general, and why I just refuse to use them for so many games, because modders never understand balance or taste or restraint. They always want to do a few more extra things. And I'm continually frustrated with modders when they put out a mod that fixes something I really want to be fixed, and then I go to download the mod and it does 6 other things that I don't want it to do. And they won't just package the fix by itself. They have to sit there and attach a bunch of other garbage to their mod because they wanted to. Shouted, throat raw, refused to let me out. No why now. Death everywhere. Darkness, blood. Ooh, that sounds awful. Very awful stuff. In the eternal fire shadow. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This looks promising. This looks like a final boss kind of area, doesn't it? Yeah. What do we have going on here? Anything off to the side that's going to ambush us? Who's this old boy here? What's he got going on?
The stalagmites! Destroy them! Free me!
Okay. I'm not sure if I should. Freeing you seems like it might be a bad idea, but... Is this the Witcher I'm talking to? Or the spirit that has possessed him?
Finally, you're here. After all these years. The spirit and my asthma. It's still here. It almost has control. Hurry!
Reynold?
Yes, but my strength fading. The spirit taking control. I trapped us in here. The salt, wondrous. Understand? It can't escape.
Let it into an apotropaic chamber organically carved into salt. Perfect for a specter. Clever.
But I feel it in me still. So long now. Help me, brother. Give me the potion. To expel it at last.
Found your letters. To Lambert. Was sorry to read he betrayed you. Can't help thinking the miasmal would have bowed before the strength of 2 Witchers.
I was a fool. But what's past is past. Lambert, the snake, never deserved my trust.
I'll be sure to pass the message along when I see him. Though your friend, believe Osmond was his name.
You dare mock me?
No. Just got the sneaking suspicion I'm not talking to Reynold right now. Not half bad, your ruse. But don't take me for a fool.
But don't you understand? It will take control of me. It will kill you and all those you... No! Destroy it! Drink the potion! Finish what I started!
Oh, I will, Reynold. Just hold on a little longer.
Possessed Reynold.
Not about to let you leave this mine.
He can be
but I
parried,
will.
but you gotta watch, again, you gotta watch out for the shield, and there I am using the wrong sign once again. I'm so used to pressing that button and having Quen, I'm just gonna have to remap it, I guess. Yeah, don't get hit by that. That shield goes up, you gotta get out of the way. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? If you want to see somebody be really bad at the game,
What you want.
this is
Will be
the time to
first
see it.
scourge you release upon the world.
Taking bleeding damage though, that's pretty hot.
You served a plague maiden already. Why stop there?
Looks like that shield works as a leech for
What
him.
power with your
Pretty cool. I definitely gotta stop using Yrden though. Against non-Spectre enemies.
Now to deal with the miasmal.
Now we have the boss of the boss. Get those crits in there. Come on, Geralt. Make it happen. Oh no, we want to add plague victims to this encounter. Is that the deal? Gonna want to kill these guys. If nothing else, hitting them is gonna increase my vitality. The trick is always doing enough damage with your sword to keep building your own vitality and not getting hit by things. Got 3 adrenaline points though. Let's make use of them. Let's go in here and hammer this guy. I love these boss fights. He'll protect himself, and then he'll teleport, and then he'll bring buddies. He's a busy boy. I really like the way this game does it with the potions though, so that you're leeching health by using that one particular potion. And of course when you get the troll decoction, you'll also regen a little bit during combat as well. I've always preferred the idea of leeching over just drowning a lot of health potions like you did in, Diablo during the early days of that game. I guess that's why I prefer to play a Shadow Knight in EverQuest. I like leeching.
Reynold died centuries ago. Body didn't decompose, though. Likely slowed by the miasmal. Strange. Never seen armor like this before. And the medallion. A wolf's head, but flat.
Osmond finally sent someone. Seems the gods remember this damned veil after all. And you have my thanks. Can't believe it's gone. There were moments when I didn't know if I was me or the miasmal. Maybe I was both. Maybe neither.
No need for thanks. Should mention, though, wasn't Osmond who sent me. Priest of the Eternal Fire did. Who are you exactly? Got a wolf's head medallion, but it's strange. Looks nothing like mine.
Strange how. Designed and forged it myself, like all Witchers at Kaer Morhen.
Quite the craftsman. Not me, though. Got mine from my mentor, like all Witchers at Kaer Morhen do. Must have been different in your day. Speaking of, when exactly did you arrive here in this mine?
It was 970... or no, 80. I can't recall. Damn memories are foggy. Fractured.
Reynold, that's more than 300 years past.
300? No. No! They'd have sent another to find me after 5, 10 at most. Osmond himself would have come. Shit.
I'm sorry. Miasmal got lucky you showed, not some mere mortal. Witcher's immunity meant it could possess you without destroying your body.
A cruel irony. I had to focus all my strength to prevent it from escaping. Till I locked us in this prison of salt, that is. Before that, it possessed the sick. Quickly corrupted. Deformed them. Turned them into the undying dead. Feral and mindless.
All those voices, torches, wasn't you, was it?
You gotta ask. The miasmal aimed to lure you here. I was too weak to even notice your presence. At least at first.
How'd it happen that you came to be trapped with the miasmal?
Those cultists hired me to expel it. First sign I might become possessed, though, they panicked. Sealed me in here without a second thought. Could have sent an exorcist. Or called for another Witcher. Anything. And those poor souls whose bones litter the mine. All forsaken for the glory of the Eternal Fire.
I saw. Miasmal tried to impersonate a Witcher earlier. You the real Reynold? How can I be sure?
Ask me something only a wolf could know. Come on, let's get this over with.
Sure you're from the School of the Wolf? Your armor. Can't say there's no resemblance, but the color? Studs, vertical stripes?
Back at Kaer Morhen, they'd always toss gear my way. Whatever you touch turns to gold, they'd say. This particular suit, I refined on the path. Supposed to be a prototype for the whole school. Till my time ran out.
On your own? No workshop? Missed your calling, sounds like. Could have made a name for yourself as a fine armorer, or at least a tailor.
Osmond had ideas of his own, for improvements. Scribbled them down. We were gonna discuss them when we met at Kaer Morhen.
I'd like to believe you, really. Got any proof?
Search my corpse. Left-hand pocket of the tunic. Diagrams are there. And yours to keep.
You're free of the Spectre, but you seem agitated. Need to make sure you'll find lasting peace.
Mean to prevent me from becoming what we hunt. Well, still got a matter I need to settle. Be a brother. Help me. Then I'll find peace.
Could also cremate your body on a pyre, as the guild ordains.
You'd see me leave this world burdened with pain and regret. This is the fate you wish for me, Wolf Brother. A priest sent you, or so you said. Bring him here. I'd like a word. For my peace of mind.
So be it. But a few words, nothing more.
Your tone. Understandable, but unwarranted. No bad intentions on my part. And even if there were, you'd be here to protect him, right?
Fine. I'll get you the priest.
I fail to fathom. How could they let this happen? The bodies, the blood, so much blood. I had no idea. Reynold. I know of the horror you suffered. I thought perhaps I could help. But how does one make amends for such a tragedy? A humble deacon like me.
Deacon, hierarch, you're all the same. Eternal Fire accepts two types into their fold. Criminals and hypocrites.
Look at him. He's a child. What crimes has he committed? Forgot the verse of a hymn? Snuck a sweet roll while fasting? Believing the word of hypocrites, his sole transgression.
As the prior says, he says, "Oh, confound it. I've hung on their every word my whole life, but now, knowing of this travesty, the church must protect the weak, foster hope. Yet what I've witnessed here is, what shall I do? Where shall I go?"
What shall I do? Where shall I go? This about you? Are you the victim?
Don't need a church at your back to do good. Can do that on your own.
Aye, true. So right, witches. I shan't be returning to Novigrad. I'll stay here, transform this place, create a haven for the afflicted, true to its name. I enrolled at the seminary to serve folk, not the church.
Lies. Selfish lies to save your skin. Folk don't change. Not ever.
Reynold, calm down. Shit. So much for catharsis. Fucking finding inner peace. Damn it. Should have seen that coming. Lived a witcher, died a witcher, departed a vengeful spirit. Need to burn the bodies. Be on my way.
He was right. Probably should have seen that coming. And there we
Now to
go.
find Osmond's scribblings, the ones Reynold mentioned. Could complete the armor then. Worth a look around next time I'm at Kaer Morhen.
It's level 15. We love that sound. The sound of a completed quest in this game. It's fantastic. I actually saw someone on social media once ragging on that. There's no reason to rag on it. It's spectacular. At any rate, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. You know how this drill works. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me questions, comments down below. I'll see you on the next one. Witcher Wednesdays coming back in full force. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, happy gaming.